we're home, and there's so much peace in our home. There's joy, there's laughter. It's me and my son. But at the same time, there is something missing. There's a mom, there's a dad, there's your children. But life doesn't always work like that. You're not always dealt those cards. So here we are, I'm a single mom, have a job, and I'm struggling. I'm enjoying having my son all to myself 24/7. I have the joy of raising our son. But like I said, there was something missing, and I was still grieving. I was still healing. And I'm not sure that I've completely healed from everything that happened almost 16, 17 years ago. Healing's a process. It doesn't happen overnight. You know, someone said recently, but you've had time to heal. And I was thinking, who are you to say that I've had time to heal? Number one, you have no clue what I've been through. And number two, there's not a timeline for healing. Just because you think that something happened 16 years ago, I've healed from it. Most of you know that if something happened, even in our childhood, many never heal. So I'm still healing, I'm still grieving, and then I hit a deep depression where I wasn't sleeping, I wasn't eating, I wasn't going to work. You know, I barely had the strength to take care of my son, but I did. It took everything I had to get out of bed. I did not go to work. My boss was thinking, you know, I was having sleepless nights, but no, I wasn't sleeping. 3 days of no sleep will wear you completely out. It'll exhaust you mentally, physically, emotionally, until you have nothing. So I finally went to the doctor, and the doctor, of course, put me on some medicine that I did not take. I know some of you were thinking, then why'd you go to the doctor? I believe that medicine works for some and it doesn't work for others. At this point in life, medicine wasn't going to help me. It was the circumstances that I was living, and I had to learn how to work through that without putting a Band-Aid on it. And to this day, I've learned how to work through the things of life. I haven't figured it all out. I did not go to therapy. You know, on the top of my TikTok, it says, built for such a time as this. And God knew that I was going to walk through this. He knew that I would be here today sharing this with you, because someone listening to this is walking in the shoes that I walked in 16, 17 years ago. And it's not going to get better overnight. It's not going to get better in months. It took years to get where I am today, to even be able to share my story. So right now, I'm a single mom in our new home, and it's just a roller coaster. My son's father's still in and out of jail. He would come over every now and then, but I didn't know, should I let him around my son, should I not? And that was hard. What's right, what's wrong? I know some of you are thinking, he's better off without him. But at the end of the day, is the child better off without their mother or their father? I don't know, because I do know that even adults go searching for their birth mother or their father. Regardless of who raised them, they want to know who they are. And I wanted my son to know who his father was, but the father that I knew, he was. So during this time, I think I was numb, and I was just coasting through life. I experienced some of the greatest times with my son in this house. We made memories, we bonded, because it was just the two of us. So my 2-year-old, my 3-year-old, my 4-year-old, he's all one person. You know, during these years, he became the man of the house, and he took care of his mom the best way he could. I didn't put that on him, but he grew up rather quickly, and he knew that he had to be the man. He had to take care of his mom. And I like to think that down the road, that's going to make him an incredible husband, an incredible father, because of what he didn't have when he was younger. So those of you out there right now that are going through this, that are in this moment right now, there's hope. You know, don't focus on what you don't have. Focus on what you can learn from it. One thing I've always told my son, learn from it. Don't let it make you bitter. Don't let it make you a victim. That's one thing I never allowed him to do. You know, I was his mom. There were things that I could not teach him as a female, but I did my very best. You know, he started playing ball when he was 4. I didn't play ball. I can't throw a ball, can't hit a ball, but I learned, and I got out with my son, and we ran, and we hit, and we threw the ball, and to this day, he enjoys sports. He didn't have a father out there helping him. He had a mother. So don't let that be an excuse that the father's not in the picture. There's a lot that happened between, you know, when my son was 2, when we first moved in here, to this day, and I wish that I wrote more. I did write a lot. I do have journals, and I am in the middle of writing a book. So some of the journey, some of the details I'm not going to share with you. You're going to have to read, but we're going to, so from 2009, 2010, 2011, 12, we get to 2013, and it's the most difficult year of my life. Cancer runs in my family, and when you hear the word cancer, it's not good. My mother had breast cancer when I was in college. My dad had prostate cancer. My dad was diagnosed with cancer, and we weren't sure if it was from his prostate cancer or what. He had a tumor wrapped around his spine, and at this point, their biggest concern was helping him with his pain. He was transferred to MD Anderson. He passed away within less than a month. So here I am, no dad. My son's father is in jail, and I'm raising my little boy. And at this point, I decide, now I had to go through that by myself. I had to bury my father by myself because of my son's father's decisions. He should have been right beside me, but he wasn't. He was sitting in jail, so I quit talking to him. You know, if you can't be with me at my worst, why should I be with you at your worst? And I did. I quit talking to him. And that's where I'm going to leave you right now. Stay tuned. There is more.